Hi, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night. And every time you see this, buenos dias. How are you? Well, I've seen people like this throughout my lifetime. And I've encountered them throughout my lifetime. And here's the thing. Let me use an example. What happened to me this morning? I stop at a Starbucks, which I do a lot of times when I don't get to make my own hot water, because I drink lemon water in the mornings. I stop at Starbucks to get a cup of hot water. And Starbucks have a rule, most of them. I've only came across one before, and I feel she was lying. But I've been doing this for a couple of years. I guess their management tell them it's okay to give people water who ask for water. So I asked for hot water to have my lemon water because, all that sugary drink and stuff, caffeine and stuff, doesn't work for me. So I'm a person who have my lemon water in the morning. And so if I don't get to make my own lemon water, I'll stop and ask them. And so I noticed that this one particular Starbucks, the young lady, she will not have anyone in front of her. She'll be just having conversation with her colleagues, and she'll just ignore me and pretend she doesn't hear me. I sometimes have to remind her, hey, I had to put out water. So she should tell the people who are making the hot tea, because sometimes you have those who run in the register, working just at the register, and they tell the people preparing the stuff, and she'll not pass that on. So I observed that for a while with her, and I could just see in her demeanor that she has some kind of, I don't know, dislike for me or prejudice. And I have not been rude. I came in there, I say good morning, I'm pleasant, I don't see nothing. But I am on this earth long enough, and I'm a mature woman, and I've got one that God blessed with the gifts of discernment to know when somebody is just not kind to you, or for whatever reason, whether it's just prejudice, insecurity, envious, or whatever. And I don't think it's that. I just think it's more along the line of maybe prejudice, as well as could be, this is another thing. I've seen that where I'm going to somewhere and like Starbucks will probably give their workers the okay to give people water, who ask for water, whether it's hot water or cold water. The regular people who doesn't own Starbucks, and they're not the top CEOs, sometimes one or two of them are maybe upset that you're not buying something, you want water. and so I'm saying that could be it too. And I'm thinking, if the CEOs and the people who own Starbucks or own these retailers or other companies say it's okay to give people water or a spoon or whatever they're asking for, why are you making it a big deal? You're upset when it's not your business. I don't know if she gets a commission, and that's why they're upset. If you're not buying anything, then it doesn't look like she's making a sale or whatever. But still, if your company said it's okay, and other managers have said it, and other locations says it, then just go along with it. There are going to be a lot of people that comes in. There's so many people that comes to Starbucks and buy tea and coffee and whatever drink they like, latte and whatever. So one or two person asking for water, is not going to put a hole in your pocket. So this particular person, I noticed that about her. So this morning I went, and she had I was so happy that she had nobody in front of her. A guy walked away, but apparently someone else called him for him to make order for them. So, he was talking with the person for a long time, and I tell her if she could, could she please give me a cup of hot water, and I tell her the size that I want. And she just stand there, and I'm like, the person is still talking with someone. She's waiting for the person. So normally what I see, and I've been doing this for a long time, even the person does the cashiering. Sometimes they don't even pass it on to the person who's preparing the teas and all the preparing. They just turn around because the thing is right next to them or behind them, and go in 112 and give you the hot water. It doesn't take nothing but just a few seconds. So I'm thinking, you have no line. This person is still debating what they're getting, and they're not standing in front of her. They walked away, talking with the other person, trying to decide what they want to get. And I'm thinking, that is so unkind. And I know it's unkind because I see she has that demeanor with me. Oh, it's not just a one-time thing. I notice she delays to give me the water. She'll be having just casual conversation, and she did. So I walk away, and something said, after work, walk away, took care of some business I need to take care of. Something said, no, go talk to her. Has somebody who's older, could be your mom, in this earth for a long time. Let her know what you see and tell her that's not good to be unkind. So I went to her and I put her to the side nicely, talked to her in a nice tone like I'm talking now, and I said, hi, I gotta say something to you. Can you talk to me here on the side? And she went. I said, I noticed that when I asked for a water, you don't seem to have that kind of attitude. I don't have an attitude. I said, yeah, it seemed like you know, I said, I've been doing this for a while. I asked a lot of places. I go to different locations. I've spoken to other workers, and only one a few people might act like you do, but majority gives. And I said, I know it's not against your policy, because I've overheard managers tell workers who were new, was hesitant at first, said, no, we're supposed to give them water when they ask for water. So I know it's not like you're breaking any rules or anything. And so I said, I notice, you know, your demeanor, your attitude. I said, it's good to be kind. That's kind of mean. I said, also this morning, most than anything, you had no one in front of you, and you could have just turned around. Well, you know, the person was still ordered. I said, yeah, but they walked away and debating with another person on the side. I've seen a lot of time, even people in the line, and the person who's doing taking my, you know, the water request, just turn around, because it takes just a few seconds. I said, that's unkind. It's good to be kind to people, not to be mean. And I said, also, you give me 1 cup. It's hot. Most of the time they give me 2 cups, and I understand I'm asking, so it's not a big deal. They'll give you the sleeve, but I just wanted to point out some things. I said, most of the time they give you 2 cups. And she said, well, I'm going to go, I can show you the policy. She was there standing in the side for a long time where I couldn't see her. And while she was doing that, another woman come along that was like a customer that I've seen there before. So she finally showed me in the book something about a cup. I said, it's a cup, but it doesn't really indicate that you have to give 1 cup. I just noticed they always give you 2 cups. I'm just pointing on. I said, I'm trying to help you to be kind, treat people kindly, because you don't know who people are, you know. And it's not good to be mean to people for no reason. And she was like, I wasn't mean to you, and kind and whatever. And but she was talking loud, but not loud. The other woman, I was still talking to her in a low tone. The other woman moved from where she was, that I see there before, come across and stand there for a while. Then she jumped in the conversation. She's not mean. She's a nice person. I said, lady, I am not speaking to you. This is a private conversation I'm having with this person. You know, on my family home, I have real estate here. You should get out of here. And I said, listen, you need to mind your business. You shouldn't be bugging to people. I said, first of all, I'm not arguing with this girl or anything. I just have her on the side, talking to her like an older person, giving her some advice. And she carry on. And the girl starts saying, yeah, you start yelling at me and saying that I'm mean and I'm kind. And I'm saying, wow. I didn't even yell. I didn't even have to come back and say nothing to her, because I know this is New York City. There are people who will fix her. There are people, you see it on the news all the time. You treat them a certain way and it's violence. I'm not that type of person for a lot of reasons. My faith is 1. Number 2, I have things to live for. Number 3, I'm a mature person. But I know that with that kind of attitude, and you pick and choose who you want to be nice to and who you want to be unkind to, you're asking for problems, because not everybody has a life. Not everybody cares like I do, you know. And you don't know what people are going through in life. And so you just be careful and be nice to people and be kind. For, you know, you don't have to be mean. When you have, and I said to her, one of the main things I was saying, when you have the opportunity to be kind to people, be kind to people. You know, but I noticed I've done this a lot. So I know that it's not against the rule what you're doing. And I also know the difference. I know that you're not being kind. And she and the other lady story in her voice. So see, the security's come around. And I pull them to the side, because then again, you know, people want to hear your business. I said, let me talk to you on the side. And I tell them exactly what happened. And they shake their head and say, yeah. Because at one point she said, I'm racist. The woman who in. And I said, how am I racist? You and the other lady, the lady you're defending, are the same ethnicity, I could tell. Right? You're the same ethnicity, and you're the one who started to yell and scream and saying how she's not mean. I said, I wasn't speaking to you. That's rude. You stand here eavesdropping on my conversation, and then to butt in, that's none of your business. I can understand if I was abusing her and cursing her out, but I wasn't. I was just talking to her calmly and just telling her what I see and what she should be careful how she treat people, etc. So it goes, but and the girl starts saying, yes, you're yelling at. So I'm thinking that so she also told me she's a manager. So I'm thinking, to have somebody like that, your manager, who's gonna lie, knowing I didn't yell or scream at her, I just talked to her like in an advising way. You're dangerous. And I bring this up to say, you have to be careful of people like that in authority over you, because based on my career experiences over the years, usually a person like that is a dangerous manager to have. You can imagine your amount of people she got allowed to get written up, get